Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm here today in this video to talk to you a little bit about some tips for weight loss, how to lose weight on keto. I've recently, as of this week, I'm up to 71 pounds lost, and it's taken almost 2 years. I am a slow loser, I'm a turtle. I did talk about some of these tips on my other video, which I'll link up above. If I forget, somebody remind me in the comments, because I'm really scatterbrained this month because of no coffee. So if you guys know why I'm not having coffee, I'm doing AIP. I've been talking about that in my vlogs this month. But yeah, so it's been I almost feel like I have ADD without the coffee. So my brain is like, whoa, what was I doing? What did I come in here for? You know. So if I forget, please remind me in the comments and I'll go do it. Hopefully I'll remember to do it though. So my other video, I talked a lot about things you need to do before you start on keto, or when you're first starting, as far as if you have think you might have thyroid issues or hormone issues, you need to get those checked. So go check out that video. I'll talk about those in there. And these other ones are going to overlap a little bit, but these are also some new tips for losing weight. So these are good for people who are beginners, but also for people if you're stuck, installed, if you have excuse me, if you have some health issues like thyroid or anything that slows your metabolism down, if you have just not lost any weight in a while, or you've started keto and you've been on keto for 3 months and maybe you haven't lost anything, or maybe you lost a bunch at first and now you're stuck. So these are just some other tips besides what I gave in my other video on what you can do to help yourself with that, how you can lose weight on keto, because not everybody's journey is the same. You can't compare, just like I said in the other video, you can't compare your journey to someone else's, especially if you have health issues, because you know your body's not going to do the same thing as other people. So here's my ones that I wrote down for this one I want to read to you. The first thing is to be patient, because like I said, everybody's body is different. If your body has had health issues, you know, you can't undo something that you've taken years to damage. Years of damage to your body is going to take time to undo or time to heal. So sometimes that healing has to take place before the weight loss begins. So be patient. And if you're having health issues, like I have autoimmune disease, 2 autoimmune diseases, one of them being Graves' disease, which is now was hyperthyroid turned into hypo. So basically I don't have a working thyroid. So if you have health issues like that, you're going to lose weight slower than most people. You're not going to have that, 70 pounds in 3 months. It took me 2 years to lose that. So be patient and don't give up just because you're not seeing the results that other people are posting and all that stuff. Get that out of your head. It also will take time to figure out what type of keto you want to do, or what type of keto is best for your body. And that's going to go into my next point, find your keto. So what I mean by find your keto is find what type of keto works for you. So some people can do lazy keto and not count macros, and they'll lose weight like crazy and do just fine. Other people, like me, have to have a really clean keto or strict keto and count their macros. I eat really clean. I don't eat a lot of processed foods, as I said in the other video, because I came from Paleo over to keto. So I look at myself as more of a primal, clean keto person. But other people can be dirty keto, which means you eat a lot of processed stuff. You eat fast food, you eat other things. A lot. I do eat fast food. I just don't eat it very often. I eat it more when I'm on the road or special, occasion, during the holidays more, because you're out more doing things, shopping, all that stuff. So occasionally I do have it, but not often. So find your keto. Find out what keto works best for you and stick to it. And then after a few months, if that type of keto is not working for you, try a different kind of keto. If you're doing lazy keto and you're not seeing the results you want to see, then maybe you need to start counting your macros and doing strict keto. And maybe your body just needs a change. So try doing it a different way for a while. Another thing is, also if you have health issues like me, I do recommend clean keto and strict keto, because we have a lot of issues with some of the ingredients and some of the processed things like soy, you know, just different types of things that can be in wheat, gluten, those kinds of things if you have autoimmune are not good. So I feel like clean keto is the best for people with those type of issues. Incorporate green tea. So this month, I've always drank green tea and I've always drank matcha tea. I like them both. I've made bulletproof coffee out of my matcha many times. Like one of my first videos on here, first couple of videos, I made matcha, bulletproof matcha or whatever. And I've had green tea and I like it with lemon and stuff like that, but I kind of quit drinking it for a while. But this month, since I've been on AIP, my doctor's allowed me 1 cup of green tea and then I had to switch to some other teas. And so I really think that green tea has helped me out this month. I feel like it has got off the water weight from, you know, the holidays, and I feel like it is, you know, a good detoxing agent. I put a half of a lemon squeezed in mine and drink that, and then I switch over to having 1 bulletproof tea with my orange spice tea, and then I just drink random different herbal caffeine-free teas throughout the day. So next week I get to start having my coffee again. I still am going to incorporate my green tea, so I'm going to have my coffee, then switch over to my teas. So that's my plan for next week. But I highly recommend you adding a green tea to your regimen if you don't already drink it, because I think it will really help you boost your weight loss. So that's just my 2 cents on that. Don't worry about eating too much protein. I talked about this in the other video. You know, depending on if you're counting macros or not, if you go over on your protein, it's okay. I know there's a lot of myths out there that say if you eat too much protein, it's gonna turn into glucose and you're not gonna lose weight. But that's not true. I eat tons of protein, guys. I mean, I eat a lot of protein and I'm losing weight. So, and I have no working thyroid, so don't worry about your protein. Okay, so I switched somewhere in the summer, back before the summer, around there, to total carbs. And it's a lot harder than net carbs because you can't have as many treats as you would like, right? Because you can't subtract that sugar, alcohol, or that, you know, all those things, your erythritol and all that. You can't just subtract those and your fiber and all that. So total carbs is a lot harder. It was for me at first, but once I got used to it, I really think it has helped me a lot, because when I first started it, I was doing that and carb up days back in July. I had a good loss that month. I had a lot of, for me. And then I've continued doing it, except for during the holidays. I kind of didn't count macros like I was saying in my other video, but I'm back to counting total carbs again, or counting period macros. And I really think total carbs, at least until you get to your goal, and then you can switch to net carbs to maintain, I feel. But especially if you're a slow loser. If you're not a slow loser and you want to stick to net carbs, then do net carbs. But for me, I feel like it has been the best for me. Like I was saying, you got to find your keto. You got to find what works. So try total carbs if you're stuck for a little bit and see if that gets the scale moving again. Oops, let's see, where am I at? I've got a list here, guys. Here we go. Cut out the keto treats and snacks. So if you're stuck and you're trying to get to your goal weight, cut out keto snacks and keto. I'm talking about like your little cakes and your anything baked, or your keto crunchy snacks, whatever. I'm not talking about vegetables and things like that. I'm talking about processed packaged foods. Cut those out for a little bit and see if that helps. Also, you can cut out dairy for 30 days and see if that helps. I said in my other video, especially when you first start keto, you're like cheese crazy because all these recipes have cheese. But there are other alternatives you can use, and you can do anything for a month, guys. And once you take it out, I mean, it's not so bad. Yes, I do miss cheese. I am gonna add it back in and try not to go overboard with it, but I really feel like it does help boost your weight loss a little bit when you remove that from your diet for the 30 days or for 3 months or however long you want to do it. I really think it helps if you're stuck. And sweeteners, and that goes along with your treats and snacks too. Having too many keto sweeteners, in all those things, plus if you're putting them in your coffee, it's kind of, you have all these extra little things that might be hindering your weight loss. So removing them for a time period, not forever, is a good, you know, think of it that way. When you get closer to your goal, or you're at your goal and you're in maintenance, you can have all these things and just, you know, and maintain your weight. Also, limit alcohol to weekends, or do a dry month, which, because of AIP, I haven't had alcohol all month. I haven't been able to. And I've done it before, because a lot of Januaries I've done Whole30 before I was keto, and so it really helps to kind of reset you for the year. Or it doesn't have to be January, I mean, because, you know, January's almost over, but any month you can do it. But if you don't want to do that, then limit it to the weekends if you're drinking during the week, to, you know, Friday and Saturday night, and then you cut it off, right? And that will kind of help you get back on track for the week. That's my suggestion. Also, I talked about this in my other video, exercise. There are people who never exercise on keto and they're losing weight, all kinds of weight, and that's awesome. I think that's awesome for you. And you don't have to exercise to lose on keto, but I highly recommend it. One, I think it helps your mindset, and two, it tones you as you're losing, because it'll tone your muscles, tone your, you know, the flab that from your losing, just like fasting will. And I try to exercise, like in the summer, I always do a workout challenge, and usually do 30 days. I exercise every day, but once I get home from that, it's kind of hard to do it every day. So my goal is always 3 to 4 times a week. And you don't have to join a gym, guys. I have a whole workout playlist of people that I use off of YouTube that are on my workout playlist. Go look at those and do them. There's some really great ones on there, and they're short, so you don't have to do an hour-long workout. Do what you can. Do what you have time for. You know, go for a walk. Do something just to get your body moving. It really does help you feel better, your mindset, and it also tones, like I was saying, and I really think it helps with your metabolism. I think it has helped me, so I just recommend that. The next thing I want to talk about is find your tribe. Like, we all need to support each other. So whether it's, you know, Instagram people that you follow, or a Facebook group, or YouTube community, you know, coworkers, find your tribe so that you can have some support and get in with that tribe. You know, figure out, find people that are doing the same thing you are, and get that camaraderie going, because it really helps to keep you motivated. If it wasn't for some of the keto sisters on here that I have on YouTube and on Instagram, I know I wouldn't be where I am today, because I would have given up, because my body, you know, was taking so long to do this. And it's just, I should say sisters and brothers, because there's a few brothers out there too. Don't want to leave the boys out. And but you know, I would have quit a long time ago, because I just gave up because it wasn't working. You know, I wanted to give up because it wasn't working. I thought it wasn't working, and they just kept me motivated to keep going. So find your tribe so that you can motivate each other. Find a walking partner. That's always a great idea too. Okay, so the other thing I want to talk about is the scale. So make sure you measure. If you haven't measured when you first started keto, and you measure now, but do some measurements, because keto transforms your body, guys. So it's a recomposition of it, moves stuff around in different areas of your body composition. So you're gonna sometimes be smaller, but it's not gonna show up on the scale. And it will show up on the scale eventually, but it sometimes takes longer with other people. So make sure you do measurements, and don't worry about that scale. It will move. It will, if you don't give up and you keep on, you know, figuring out and tweaking your keto, it's going to move. I promise you, because I thought it was never going to move, and it finally started moving, and now it's moving consistently, and it wasn't before. So I'm super excited about that. And you guys, don't let that scale tell you if you're worthy or not, because you are worthy, and you can do anything, and you don't need to listen to that number on the scale to tell you if you're good enough, or if you can, you know, look good, or if you can feel good, because you are. And so make sure that you guys just get that scale And you know, if you have to put it away for a month, do that. I used to only weigh once a month, and I haven't done weigh-ins on this channel yet, because, or probably won't ever, just because the scale messes with my mind, right? It makes me mad because whenever I wouldn't lose, I would get mad and I would think I'm just a big fat failure, and why would I want to show that to everybody, right? And so now it is moving. I mean, I could be showing it, but I try not to focus on that so much. I focus on, I am losing pounds on the scale, but I've been trying to focus on, I like the way I look. I like the way my body is changing. I like the way I feel, and that number doesn't matter. So that's why I really don't do weigh-ins. I don't want that mind, you know? So go ahead and, you know, weigh whenever you want, but I suggest not weighing every day because then it messes with your head. It really does. But some people like that, you know, they like that routine of every day, and that's okay. If it doesn't mess with your head, then do that. But I feel like for me, it does. So these are some of my tips, you guys, and plus I have the other ones in the other video, and I have a beginner video on the beginner's list. It's got some tips also, but these are the things that I've tweaked in the past, you know, 6 months or so that have really, really helped me. And I hope you guys get some value out of these, and will let me know in the comments if any of this helps you at all. Hopefully. And if you're new here, thanks for stopping by. I sure hope you'll subscribe and hit the thumbs up down below. And we'll see you guys in the next video.